So back are the days of having cool characters doing cool shit. Yesterday there was a presentation about a game from some ex-Witcher 3 developers who've stepped into their own in order to create a new world, new characters. And goodness gracious, it looked like it's gonna be a time. It's your boy, the boy, Henry Head, back at it again with another video. Today we'll be speaking on Blood of the Dawnwalker. Shout out to Cohen, shout out to the brothers and sisters over there at the Rebel Wolves Studio. Dope name too, dope name by the way. But they had a show. They showed some new gameplay. They showed a storyline trailer. They even showed a release date, September 3rd. Shout out to them for that, because goodness gracious, that's the type of showcase that I like to see. I like to see something I've never seen before. I like to be let known of new information regarding the game and gameplay mechanics. And they showed some side quests and side activities that you'll be able to participate inside of the world. And then top that on off with a release date. You know what I mean? That's successful to me, in my opinion. That's all I asked for. That's a complete package of a show. Visually, the game looks pretty cool. The main character, Cohen, looks cool. And that's why I like, bro. I'm glad we're returning to these times where you get a cool ass character that can do some cool shit. And by night, you're a vampire. By day, you can use blood magic, blood seal magic, and you sword fighting, unlocking talents, unlocking perks, skills, as it were. You can run around at night as a freaking wolf. Talk about cool, bro. It don't get no cooler, and it's like classic vampirism lore that we got going. As far as I know, that you can't like transform into like a swarm of bats. Is that what they call a group of bats? A swarm? I don't know. I feel like anything that's a flock of bats. Could it be that? Flock, because birds are flocks. Bugs are swarms. So what is bats? I don't know. A group of bats. A school of bats. But that's fish. It don't even matter. Because we don't even know if it's a thing or not. If you can or cannot do that. But the combat looks smooth. It looked buttery. They spoke about how you can now access skills through a quick select menu. So you'll be able to piece together some combos and whatnot on the fly, which is awesome. Anything to maintain that buttery combat and it don't take you out the experience, I am here for. The melee combat looks legit to me. They showcased a couple of skills with that melee combat. I like it. I like it. I came to the Witcher 3 pretty late. I had not even finished it, to be honest with you. And one of the homies was like, "Oh, you didn't finish Witcher 3, so you're not going to stop it." I will for sure be playing this, and I will for sure be finishing this. Yes, it seems like a big game, but it also seems more, I don't know, I don't want to say constrained. It may be another word for it, but it seems more like, and I don't want to say closed off because it's not linear either. It's just more of a, how the Yakuza games are open, but it's also closed at the same time. Like Judgment, it's open. You can go a lot of places, but it's not just huge to the point of being overwhelming. Kind of like, like a GTA game. It's just big, just huge. I feel like The Witcher is just big, it's just huge. And where this is a lot of open space, I feel like it's open and closed enough to not be like a huge, bloated, overwhelming type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Kind of hard for me to explain. But anyway, everything I seen in here, I like a lot. I really do. The music was hitting, combat was hitting, visuals hitting. The character himself is super interesting. He's a half-blood or Dawnwalker. We all know one. Blade, the Daywalker. His mom was bitten, and while she was pregnant with him, and thus that's how he became the Daywalker. That's how he became a half-blood. But it's a lot of lore here to suggest that that's not the only way a person can become a half-blood or Dawnwalker or Daywalker, however you want to pronounce it. And it seems like in this game in particular, you're not just a vampire walking around in the day. Like, you don't have access to your vampiric abilities. So you have to rely on that human side to where you can use the blood seal magic, and you can run at super speed with these magics, and you can do casting and all kinds of stuff like this, and it make it cool to where you don't just want to sit around and wait to nightfall to use vampire powers. Your human side also has a lot of utility and a lot of cool stuff it can also do, so you won't feel like you're being shortchanged at one particular part of the day. Go out, do your thing, and be a beast in the daytime. Go out, do your thing, and be a beast in the nighttime, as it were. And you get to feed. It's a lot of abilities in there. They went over a couple of them, and I'm really excited, because this show did what it needed to do as far as getting me on board day one. You'll see a game. You know how you'll see a game and it'll look cool. You kind of be on the fence. You're like, might catch it on sale. It's not cool enough. Like, I think it's a game called Aphelion. Shout out to the big homie Will 7 JP. He had streamed that game. It looked interesting, but not interesting enough for me to jump out there and pull that trigger. Because you like, oh man, I got this other game. But this right here is like, this is going to be a priority. This looks cool than a bitch, in my opinion. Cool than a bitch. You know what I mean? I like the type of aesthetic they're presenting with this. I like this old kind of medieval, drinking mead, eating turkey legs type of joint. Cold stone walls, castles, structures, metal armor, little leather, little cloth, sword, mace, axe. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to use those type of weapons, but this is the environment where you will see that type of weaponry. Crossbows, it's that whole King Arthur type of situation. I like that. That's up there for me with your sci-fi, with your old west. I like that. I'm with it. I can't wait for it. My body is percolating. You understand? Percolating in anticipation for this here. And it's been a while. They announced this game. They didn't announce it like super duper early, like super far out, to the point to where they say something about it, then you forget about it. It's not. They didn't announce it in that way. I feel like the rollout and the roadmap toward them finally releasing putting out a release date, it's been pretty on par. Because there's never been a point where I like completely forgot about the game. It's like every time you're like, oh man, I kind of wonder it's like around when you start thinking that, something come out, some kind of information come out. And I've been keeping up with people like Spell and Shield, who cover a lot of these RPGs, and they keep you fed in between. Content creators like this who really care about a specific style, a specific genre, and that's all they cover. That's who I like. Those are the type of content creators who I like to go to for specific games, because this is the genre they live in. They're covering variety inside of the genre. They're not jumping to talk about a shooter or a strategy game or a card game. They're not doing that. It's strictly RPG. And it's not one specific RPG. It's the whole genre of that. And I feel like these are the type of people who do an awesome job of keeping the individuals, the fans, the people looking forward to specific games fed as far as information. Because a lot of times they do a lot of this deep diving. They do a lot of this actual reporting that games media refuses to do these days. They come up with more tidbits and informations, and the producer said this over here, this animator said this over here, and they do an awesome job of collecting all that information and compiling it into one video. So you get to see, you get to see more information that may not have been presented at the forefront inside of certain presentations or trailers, etc., when you're looking into a game. So also, I do recommend, following individuals like this when you are looking forward to a game. Usually, whatever genre that game is inside, there will be a subset of content creators who just focus on that genre as a whole, and you're able to get a lot more information than if you were to just sit down and wait for an IGN, or sit down and wait for a GameSpot, or even sit down and wait for the game studio themselves to produce video or showcase or trailer, what have you. You can if you really want to keep up with the game, in my opinion, that's the best way of doing so. Because we do like when the developers speak. We do like when the publishers speak. But at the same time, they got to produce a game. They got to be busy making a game. You know, we sit up here and complain about crunch and this, that, and the third. But we also want these people to be producing videos and showing up here and doing an interview here. Like, nah, at the end of the day, I appreciate when they show up I appreciate them showing up a couple times a year, but I also understand that they can't be in our faces all of the time. And at that point, I can rely on other sources who keep a close eye on this type of thing to relay certain information back to me and, you know, continue to help build my hype for the game, in addition to whatever the developer decides to produce for the boys and the girls, the homies and the homies, the fellas and the fellas. And on that note, that's all I got for you right now. I just really wanted to touch on that real quick. I'm excited for this game. I'm hyped for it. Are you excited for the game? Are you hyped for the game? Let me know down inside the comments. Catch me every Tuesday over at the big homie Rule 777JP's channel for the Just Playing live stream. It's us. We over there with the good brother RPG88 and occasionally someone from the community, depending upon which game we are playing at the time. And if it's space, jump on in. Feel goddamn free. Head on over to Will 777JP's channel. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. Peep his latest video and check that out. And also catch me every Saturday morning, 11 in the a.m. on my own podcast, GG or Die, where I yap, talk about the comings and the goings that's taking place throughout the week regarding the games industry, regarding the games community. Lately, one thing that's been popping off is this DRM. Is it true DRM? Is it only for the first 14 days? And I don't know. That's not my bag. But that is the Will 777JP's bag. Say that kind of fast. Will 777JP. Or Will 777JP's bag. And he talk about that a lot. He did stream on the head over and check that out if you're interested in that. I just like to play games that I'm interested in and they look cool. I'm gonna pick it up and check it out. Games like this. Game like this right here. That's all I got for you right now. Catch you outside the next one.